Hey, just for some quick confirmations, in case you don't have time to watch the whole video. Um, Yesterday morning, October 28th, I woke up with a voice inside my body, a male voice in a country accent, singing, "Oh, that you won't think about next year. Oh, that you won't think about next year." I was like, "What?" And it repeated, "Oh, that you won't think about next year." I had thought about next year because someone had brought it up on one of my videos that there's a prominent watch person that's thinking next year instead of this year. And I just said, I love that watchman, and maybe he's right, but I'm not going there. I've still got so much that I'm thinking about for this year that I'm not going to look at next year yet. So that male country voice, I thought, oh, maybe this is a song. I couldn't find it. If y'all know if it's a country song, please let me know. I know that was the tune. I know what I heard, but I don't know if that is a song that exists, and I just couldn't find it. And then this morning, I had two dreams last night. One dream was seeing a phone number that I don't remember what the first part of the phone number was, but the last part was 3177. And I thought immediately of October 31st, Halloween, being the rapture possible because of I'd had dreams about 777. I've posted videos about 777, and here's one of the sevens being replaced with 31, which could be the date of October 31st, Halloween. There are a lot of signs coming to that. And then my second dream was about being an undercover spy, where I was pretending to be this evil man's wife, and there were other people involved, and we were trying to catch this man in his sins and in his lawlessness, to get him caught and put to be arrested. And at the end of the dream, I realized that all these other people that were involved in this man's life, or a lot of them that were involved in this man's life, were all undercover agents like me. And I thought I was working for the FBI. I don't remember anything about the CIA. I thought I was working for the FBI. And at the end of this dream, we're all so happy that we've gotten the man caught and that our cover wasn't blown. And suddenly we realized that all of us are on the same team. And I heard that we would all be revealed by November 4th. Now, does that mean that the rapture's happening by November 4th, and all who are working for Team Jesus, that are trying to reveal the man of lawlessness? I don't know. Y'all can think about this and tell me what you think. I also know that today I went to church and he was preaching on Daniel chapter 12, which is the last chapter, and that obviously is very significant. But for him to complete it on the week before this huge high watch week, I think is very interesting. I also saw 11:11 before I went into church. I saw 1:11 when I was sitting outside with Barry talking about the sermon and about the prayer time of praying for the rapture, praying for us to be focused on eternity and doing things with an eternal mindset, thinking about the rapture coming, thinking about the importance of God's Word with the Reformation, the 500th anniversary of the Reformation. I also saw 222. So, and when I was driving home, I didn't share this in the last video. When I was driving home, I was sitting at a light, and I went, oh, let me look at, and I think a lot of times people don't understand when people see these numbers or see these tags or whatever, they hear us talking about, well, I saw 11:11, I saw 1:11, and I saw 2:22 all on the same day. They think that we're just sitting there looking at the clock waiting for it to come to that time, but that is, for me, that's not what is happening. It's that, you know, I got up, I got ready to go to church, I'm driving to church, I have a general idea of what time church starts, but as I'm driving, I suddenly look at my clock and it's 11:11. Did not see 11:10, I didn't see 11:12 or 13, I saw 11:11. And the same thing when I'm sitting on the bench, sitting on the couch and talking with Fairy about communion. This was only her second time taking communion with the church, and talking about communion and talking about the prayers that he had for us to be seeing eternity and for Jesus to come. You know, I just happened to pull out my phone. I think I was pulling it out to show her what Strong's numbers were for 31 and for 77. But I look and I go, Fairy, look, it's 1:11, you know, and then I don't look at the clock again, and the next time I look at the clock, I'm getting something to eat, and it's 2:22. And as I was driving home, and as I was going into church, I saw, oh my goodness, I wrote it down. I go into the church parking lot. I mean, there are hundreds of cars, and the car in front of me had APV, appearing Victor, is what I thought, then 224. APV, APV 224. I took a picture of it. Let's see if I got that right. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, no, you know, I didn't take a picture of it. I saw it in the church parking lot, and the people were getting out of the car. Like, I saw it as I was driving in, and I parked, and then when I was walking into church, I saw where the people had parked, and they were in the visitor parking lot. And a little boy was getting out of the car, and I thought, should I take a picture of his tag? And I thought, no, you know, he might think that's kind of weird. So I did not take it. I'm pretty sure it was APV 2224. 222 is a huge confirmation number. APV to me is appearing victorious, or appearing, the victor appearing. But I think appearing victorious, APV 224. Appearing victorious for us with a 222. And then I saw PKF 1117. I haven't looked at that. I was thinking I had a picture of the... Oh, and the one in front of me was CGH 3280. Christ, God, Harpazo. 3 is the Trinity. 2 is the second of the Trinity, which is the Son. 8 is the number of Jesus. You know, maybe y'all probably think I'm weird. But it's just like when I'm not looking at the tags, and when I come into a light and I look and I went, oh, look at there, and then look at there, and to have a 111 after I've just seen a 111 and a 222, I think God is just saying, Terry, you're on the track, you're right track, and just keep on keeping on. So, and then yesterday, 10:28, I noticed, I was watching TV, but I looked down and the notes in front of me, it was 5:15 p.m. 5:15 used to be, 5:15 was the address that I lived at when my children were born. It was a house that we built at 5:15. I won't get the street name, but that was the house that my husband and I built, and then had our children were born there. So I see 5:15 p.m. and I'm looking at the tags that I had seen. Let's see if I can show this. 5:15 p.m. See? T-T-minus 726, 1031, 726. Right? 726 is the Greek for harpazo. T-minus like the countdown for Harpazo, 10/31, Halloween. Then also I had that dream this morning of 31. You know, I just think that God's doing amazing things. He's showing a lot of people confirmations, and the confirmations keep on coming. So that's why we're going to keep on looking. And I wrote the title for the longer video of this, that we're going to keep on looking and not keep on looking. Basically, we're going to keep on looking up for Jesus and not helplessly screaming at the sky, which is what the people that are upset about the direction that America is going in since the election in 2016 on November 8th. On November 8th, they're going to have a day of helplessly screaming helplessly at the sky. We are not going to be screaming helplessly at the sky. We know that God is sovereign. He is in control, and He is one day coming, and we are going to look up and be so excited. I thought of this morning too, you know, some of us as we're down, I was singing that song, I can only imagine. Oh. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in awe of you be still? This makes me emotional. You know, they're making a movie out of that song. I hope that we're not going to be here by the time the movie comes around, but that song, as I was thinking about it, when I think about seeing Jesus, I feel like I'm just going to be overcome with emotion and crying to Him, like, why, God? Why? Why did I have to go through all this? Even though what I've been through is nothing compared to what so many of y'all have been through, and nothing compared to what Jesus had to go through on the cross. But still, you know, we cry at the things that we have to deal with. But in that song, I Can Only Imagine by Mercy Me, there is not an option to cry on Jesus' shoulder. I thought about that. Because I always thought, oh, I'd be so relieved to see you, Jesus. I just want to be held and I just want to sob. That's not one of the options. Because there are no tears in heaven, right? No tears in heaven. So now is the time, and I saw Brian Christine did a video on crying out. Now is the time to be crying out. There's so many scriptures about crying out to God. There's so many scriptures about how the brokenhearted are the ones that He loves. That we're supposed to humble ourselves. Today, if you hear my voice, humble yourself. Break my heart for what breaks yours. You know, don't grieve the Holy Spirit. There's just so many things on that topic alone. So I will this was supposed to be the short one, so I will just throw that out there if that's something you want to think about. You know, I think it's good for us to imagine what it's going to be like when we're in heaven. And it's also good for us to cry out to Him today while we're still here. All right? I love you. God bless you. Bye-bye.